Okay. Let's see if the stream starts. Okay, it did. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna be streaming a little bit again, but this time I'm focusing on songwriting, and I was doing some transcriptions and stuff earlier today, and I was just gonna continue and start looking at some of the songs that I've done, and also songs that I like that I would take influences from, and things I've transcribed, just because I feel, I don't know, kind of interested in thinking about it right now. I was listening to the Will Stetson song "Going Going Gone," and I'm just gonna play the chords because. Yeah, I think that's pretty neat. What I would say, I was trying to do it. I was trying to figure out the last chord, or sorry, well, this whole section is very interesting. This it's A diminished, which is out of the key. It would be you'd expect this chord, but you get the A flat becomes an A. And even though the melody's playing an A flat, you can hear it is dissonant right there. And then it goes into the E flat, which sounds amazing. Like if I play this in here. So that sounds very freaking cool, in my opinion. Stream, oh, what happened? YouTube Studio says the streams, oh, the bitrate sucks. Whatever. Yeah, no, I'm just, yeah, it's fine. I just want to save this because then I can reference later when I start nerding about music or anything. Or if people are interested in the songs that I've released so far, I can talk about some of the stuff that I think is neat. Yeah, so I think I saved it. Yeah, I see the hook theories there. I'm gonna go closer with some songs I did towards the beginning. So you can see these are, yeah, okay, it does show it. You can actually see all the projects I have of these different songs that I transcribed or I wrote. So let's see. I mean, there's some like traditional like church songs here at the beginning, because "Come My Way, My Truth, My Life" is really freaking like, it does I like that a lot. Like, so I really like that. I don't know, this chord, because this is clearly, this is very out of the key, and it leads up. You can see when you play that B flat, it leads right into it, and then Yeah, it's a really unique sounding unique sounding thing. What's that window on the down right? Oh, it's this hook theory or hook pad. Hook pad is kind of like a tool that allows you to write songs, and it shows it in kind of in terms of the like music theory. There's Roman numerals, you can see those on the bottom, and it matches everything according to the key of the song, so you can see like it's kind of like a piano roll here. And I use this, it's nice because I can use this to transcribe songs, and then I can see what the chords are and if and how, when they make sense. So I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know, I was gonna go and check out, let's see, any songs that are worth looking at. Oh, well, I'll just go in order of stuff that I have on stuff that I've posted before. So there's a lot. The song that I'm thinking of is that shit? No. This is Melody I Dreamed. It's called Evil Yorushka, that was the name for the song Simple Paradise. Let me see. I don't have Tokyo Teddy Bear. Let me see if someone's done it yet. Otherwise, I can. Oh, that's a narrow song, right? Yeah, no one's done it. I mean, I could see what it. Let me see. Let me open up another window. Just as long as I don't get copyrighted. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it is nice. It's like yeah. I'll just do it for fun, I guess. Yeah. Oh. Dang it. Okay, I'll have to be right back. Sorry. I'll just leave it muted. Thank you, Nicolas Cage. Sorry that I had to dip for a second. So, I appreciate that you checked. I appreciate that you like whatever I'm doing. But yeah. Okay, so I'm back. I was just messing around with that bass line for a bit, but... Why is it so hard for me to hear the note? You know what? I'm gonna stop that for now. Okay, I'm gonna go back to... I'm gonna un-ADHD for a sec. Go back to Evil Yorushka. This is the song Simple Paradise. You know what? If I'm gonna go, I might as well just... I might as well. Just open up that project. I think it is... So I had a mix version and then I had the composition project. So I mixed it separately in a different track. Some of the things I did, I'm kind of shocked that I don't know where I got some of the stuff from, but I picked up a lot of interesting tips. So this song was based on Thought Crime. Thought Crime by Yorushka. And you see, I don't think, did I put it on? Okay, someone else put it on Hook Theory. And that might add some insight. Let me see. Okay, yeah, so you can see it. It's more simple than mine, honestly. But I did like a 4-3, 2-3, yeah. And then this. So I know what this is actually. This is funny. That little like chord progression, you can see it's very out of key. Or I mean like it's a circle of fifths. So how do I describe this? So there's a circle of fifths progression. So essentially, oh man, can I pull up a picture of the circle of fifths? Like, how do I do that? Or I mean, how do I show this? Let me do circle fifths progression. So I'm gonna just, okay. So, oh, you can't, okay, so you can see it. So what is it? A, D, G, C, F, right? A, D, G, C, F, B flat, which is here. And then that's the 5 of the chord, so we can go right to the 1. So I learned about this chord progression from a K-pop song that I really like. One from my favorite group, K-pop group, is CLC. I'm pretty sure, no, this is different. Yeah, this is different. How did I no way. Okay, this is what I thought it was, is this. This also, this chord progression here is one that I think of when there's when we talk about circle fifths, which is following this I guess these intervals. This song also does that. It does G, C, F, B flat, E flat, but it changes to D right there, but it sounds good. So I really like that progression a lot. This, how did I come up with that? Let's take a look at the project because I have it right here. You can see. I probably have it in the oh, it doesn't show what's on the screen, but there's another song that does a similar thing. It's called and dang it, there's like a Jamie Page song that uses the same chord progression or something like that, because I think it's a Jamie Page song. It might be, I don't know, but I tried to like map the pattern, and like this song is really interesting. And it does do so let's also mention this is the same key. So I was thinking of this to a degree, and it does some of the this is very jazzy. Like you can see all the Japanese chord progression stuff, and I kind of did some of that here, especially like that B diminished to C minor. If I go to, you can look right here. That it's similar. There's a 2 and then B dim 7, so, or B dim and then the 6 is C minor 7. I'll play the melody. So I think that's a really freaking awesome chorus. And it's a very harmonically like interesting chorus. And we can see even like those little zigzags in hook theory mean that it is outside the key. So you can see where we've gone to like, we're borrowing some chords from the 2, or yeah, and we're like in the 2 for a second. This would make sense in F minor context, like, I think it would. Yeah, this would make sense in F minor, so it kind of feels like F minor in this section. And then they do this 4 minor, and they also do it here. It says 2 5 6, but that's because hook theory considers this the 2 7 with an inversion. It's basically this. I do the same thing here, so. Although I do that, which is interesting. And I also do the A flat minor 6 here. It sounds a little, I don't know, like wistful maybe? Because I could have just done, but instead it's, oh, well, let me undo that. There you go. So you can hear the difference between, that's the major version and minor version. And then if I make it major again, that's more traditional. So this is a little more like kind of jazzy. So I don't know. Those are just like a lot of little things, and then you can see I have that little like add 9, which is right there. Even though these chords here are like the normal versions of the chords. There's also like I use the major 7th in the chorus, and I also use it in this intro here. I do use this is a 2. This is either a major like 2 or like I in the Roman numerals would be like, it'd be capital 2, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but you can hear like we kind of switch to a different key for a little bit. That feeling kind of changes. And the 5 of, if it's the 5 of something, that means this will be like a B flat. And you can see it right there. But so this would make sense in B flat. This is the A. And then the D flat here, which I think, see if I played it in, would that make sense? I don't know. I guess, yeah, in B flat minor. In D flat minor, this would also be there. But this is the minor of E flat major when we're, yeah, so that is interesting. Alright, that's just the nerd talk for the music theory. I'm gonna go to the project.
Just casual.
So yeah, that's Simple Paradise. So there's a lot of things. I finished this in like 2 weeks. Compared to some of my other projects, this doesn't have that many tracks. It was mainly just getting the arrangement of the, like, writing the song somehow was very fast. Even though, like, I did a lot of things that I look back at right now and I'm like, how did I think of doing that? But I don't know, it's always like that. But let's see. There's a lot of well, you can see on the top I actually write, like, you can see all my notes. There's a verse, and then I wrote the chords down from Hook Theory, because I would like write melodies and the progressions in Hook Theory, and then put it down here, or like try to, yeah, arrange it in FL Studio. So this was like right after Christmas, or around, maybe like, or yeah, like around Christmas when I wrote this. Actually, it would tell me in the project info. It says I started on the 23rd, December 23rd, 2023. So yeah, and then I spent many hours on this project apparently. The drums are BFD3. I love BFD3. It just sounds so great. So BFD3 is good. Moto bass, surprisingly good. It's $50 on sale usually. So notice a slide there. This is how you have to like manually enable the legato slide as a key switch in Moto bass too, but you definitely want to use a lot of that to get the slides. Like oh, when the chorus is the part where it gets really good. I spent so much time trying to get these shreddage chords, the rhythm chords, to sound good. It sounds good as an ARP. So, and let's see, like, yeah, like, so if you look at this, I did a lot of velocity control. I had to like manually go through the velocity. Because I think the rhythm looks like it's pretty much the same. Sometimes in I use the strumming mode. It looks like in this project I did not use the strumming mode in shreddage, whereas you have certain key switches. You just hold the chord and then you press with, you just other keys control when to strum. But in this case it's just like piano roll, like it just played the chords as is. And it sounded good in the context with the bass, because the bass feels a lot smoother, and the arpeggios are taking place, or I mean, are taking the lead in terms of what your ear catches. So the rhythm doesn't have to sound super authentic, I guess. This bass line's good. Just so you can see how Moto bass does things. Also, so this bass is picked. You'll notice I use the picked bass just because it sounded a little, it stood out more in the mix, I feel like. So these arpeggios, this arpeggio was the first one I came up with, and it was really important to it. I came up with the chorus first, and I had multiple melody ideas, but this is the and lyric ideas, and eventually I converged and finally decided something. This is like the first song I finished, even though far from the first song I started. For Isidore projects, at least you can see I didn't even have the name Isidore with the capital I, the period at the end or anything. It was just Isidore. So I don't know. This is early in the formation of my ideas. Now, if you were to ask, like, this arpeggio was what makes it sound so, like, I don't know, it feels really free to me. And, like, the joy. You can feel the joy. Even though this is, like, a very... The lyrics are not that happy or anything. I have a lot of, yeah. The melody and stuff is... There's some tension and things like that, but... Like this. That is, I don't know, it feels really, just feels really nice. So here I could realize that I couldn't do that pattern when the chords were changing, so I don't know, I did a little variation. So I kind of use that, I use this thing as a reference, like, all the time. If we think about the key and like what chords, this is A flat major 7, and if I go to the A flat major 7, well, also close this, you can see that I also force it to play mono lead high, so it forces the fingerings to be above here. That's really important when you're trying to, if you did this and didn't turn that mono lead on, you would have issues, or it wouldn't sound the same. I'll just turn it off so you can hear. Oh, or like, what if I turn rhythm on or something? Maybe not. Okay, well, it's okay. Surprisingly. But in case you still want to turn this mono on, because if I played an octave lower or something, if I wanted it to play on the higher strings, I would I need to specify the performance style. If I set it to standard, oh, you can't even see the shreddage on the screen, but anyways, in shreddage there's a performance style, and you can change which frets it's going to prefer, yeah, and that also kind of changes what strings it'll play on. And the strings, it's important to know what strings you play on in the guitar, because it will sound different on a lower string. It's going to sound, I don't know, it's going to be less soft for sure. So the rhythm parts are going to be lower on the neck and using the lower strings generally, and then these arpeggios are going to be like right up on the top strings, on the top of the, or like, yeah, the bottom of the neck part closest to the strings, whatever it is. That's the top or the bottom, I don't know, but I would say bottom. But we have a delay effect on it. That delay effect makes a good difference. If we go to guitar rig, we can see this is I'm using some left, it says left alone preset. Maybe I made some changes, but so you can see that there. Oh, and then I have a delay bus. How does that do a delay bus? I don't understand. Oh, maybe it's because it's split by ear. Like, maybe the main sound is on one ear and then the delay is forced to the other, because only, yeah, I think that's what happened. So Yeah, so there's that. What else? So in the, let's find it. High poly, so I added like this intro part was like one of the last things I did, I think. That sounds so much better than I thought it would ever sound. I'm not gonna lie. Like, again, doing the mono lead high thing. It's on the lower strings, but higher. It's on the lower strings, but it's higher up on the neck. So, and by higher, I mean a higher pitch, I guess. And you get that sound. So. That's awesome. And then high poly. I think I did the same thing. Yeah, poly lean high. Doesn't look like you can kind of. So you can't really do all of that. It'd be nice if like it would be. This is playable. But it would have a lot of slides in it, and it actually would probably sound better if I actually did the slides, if I articulated them. But I don't know. You're not gonna. That's another level of effort. You have to decide how close you want to get the guitar to sound like a real guitar. Shredge will at least make sure that you can actually use, or like one string plays one note. But yeah. Apparently, I had this E-piano for layering. I'm pretty sure this is a Contact E-piano. The Scarby Mark 1, yeah. I meant complete. So I had a concern when I first did this. I had this shredded riff here. So I felt it sounded robotic, so I just went full with the robotic and added some square synthesizer. So then it sounds really like just go into the, and there's a sine delay. So that just gives it a more techy electronic sound, so it doesn't feel awkward that the guitar doesn't sound the way it should. Share my deepest fears to no one, not a single talent to show. I don't know how I can. I love Waves Harmony so much. It you can place the MIDI here and it will take your vocal and play the harmony. My deepest fears to no one, not a single talent. Yeah. Share my deepest fears to no one, not a single talent to show. I don't know how I can live a life so full. So that does a lot of I don't know. That's special. Share my deepest fears to no one, not a single time. It is a little more robotic. It kind of sounds more like a vocoder. But when I'm working with Vocaloids, I feel like that sounds great. Because I don't need if I need the voices to have their own texture and timbre, then I wouldn't use it. But it is a huge time saver. Because I can just put the MIDI in here in FL Studio instead of Synth V or whatever software I'm using. The solo took me so long to figure out how to program correctly. What the heck? Oh, because, okay, I see what happened. So I have this pitch bend here, so let me just... Okay, I have to make sure to not save this project or I'm going to be so sad. Okay. So I use the chorus to make it feel like it's double tracked, because this solo sounds way better like when there's like slight differences in the ear. That's an interesting thing you don't really pay attention to if you're not a guitarist and you're like listening to a solo like this. It's not over. I didn't complicate the solo because I'm not great at guitar programming like this, but I try because I don't want to learn guitar. So this is how I get around it. This is the shredding that I was talking about. This is ample guitar. Ample guitar is good for solo stuff. Well, Les Paul in general. The shreddage guitars, I will choose for rhythm first probably, but ample. I have a Telecaster from Ample Guitar, and so that is also, I used it for like another one Undone, for example. I'm pretty sure I used that for the rhythm. Maybe not, but I used it in a few songs or a few projects. One on the Bedrock YouTube is the Aoi Koi no Dai Dairo no Hi. That song. So anyways, I think that basically covers all the cool stuff in here. I have the mix in a different channel. You're a different project. I don't know if it's really worth looking at, but I mean, maybe it is, but maybe if someone brings it up one day, then I'll be like, yeah. If you're trying to understand how to mix rock, I mean, I still have trouble all the time. This was it's kind of a, I'm really glad that the song worked out, is how I should put it, because yeah, it was kind of just that was sudden inspiration. I feel like I couldn't finish any songs, and I was getting stuck over and over again on like little things, and I still am, but I had so much, I have so much in my queue now that I can finally start to release things I was working on in 2023. And there's some things I know it's gonna be 2026, and it'll be out, and I'm gonna be like, wow, I spent 3 years of my life at least on this stuff. So yeah, it's interesting. What I will go to is, what was the next song I released after that? It was Machine. And Machine, I don't think I did that. No, it wouldn't have. The first thing that's important about that project, I guess, is that I did not how do I put it? I didn't it was tuned very differently. So I have a project, I have the original project, and then I remixed the entire thing because I did not like the mix at all. I had gotten better at mixing since 2022. I guess that's when I started it. I can verify this. I did it for a class because I have the original audio that I used with it. Yeah, and it was in October 2022. Yes, let me see if what's the earliest thing I have on it? Oh yeah, this. I just played it. This is, I should pull it. Like, hold on, let me skip a bit. Listen to this. Let's hope this works. This is it. You can't see it because I will put it up on screen. This is the original sequence, the synth patch that I used for this in Machine. So I guess I had a mixer for 2 different oscillator apps. Maybe why would I have it? Yes, I did use it. So let me just turn it down for a sec so you can see. I was experimenting with, like, you can see there's a sequencer here, and just it's controlling the pitch of an oscillator, and the oscillator it's just square wave, but there's a really fast low frequency oscillator controlling the sine, or controlling the pulse width in the sine, and then I have FM, so it's messing up the pitch as well. And so we get and then we're using the ADSR so that it becomes more percussive sounding. So we're adding an envelope to the sound. I'll put this back to a so you can kind of hear what happens if, for example, I change this alpha. So without the alpha, it just sounds normal. So yeah, this is VCV. Rack is a free program. You can make stuff like that, like, very easily. You can just you just map things together, and like, as you see, I mean once you figure out the patterns of how synthesizers work, you can just make stupid stuff like that. So it could have sounded like that if I wanted to. I could have done this. Sounds more like a drum when we change the frequency of the saw really fast. Like, even without this pulse width, I mean, I think changing the pulse width makes it adds some more high frequencies, because when we have a shorter pulse, by default the pulse, I think it's like halfway, so that would be a square wave. When we make it a shorter pulse, we're gonna have a more tinny sound, and you can hear that pretty clearly. If I remove the pitch FM, so that's interesting. If I make the LFO too high or like more high, it sounds. You get like a drone type of sound. And then when you do this, we hear new frequencies. Because the frequency that's shaking is high enough that we no longer perceive it as a percussion. But this is like literally an oscillator, so we're hearing the frequency. Like if I set to 440, do I have a piano? I'm just gonna. So that's an A, and when I set to 440 hertz, you can hear that's clearly playing an A. Or I mean, like, it sounds right. So that's pretty complicated, or I mean, like, you can see this is, I'm just showing you how LFO can shape the sounds, and that's how I came up with the underlying. This isn't as emphasized but you can hear it in the original demo. This was like the first thing I came up with, and then I made a whole song from it, which also meant this was going to be my most creative song sound design wise up to that point. So I was pretty excited. So I'm gonna let me close the hook theory because it's not relevant. Let's go and listen to all this has so many steps. Stop there. There's a lot to talk about what I did production decisions for Machine. The intro, I was like so hyped when I came up with this intro because like I don't know. So I came up with the Miku harmonies first, I think, or that was one of the big. Probably did, and then let me see. Will this mute anything that I would want? No, I think it's okay. Okay. So I use Waves Harmony for this. So I had the chords, and like also I should say this is detuned. I think 50 cents. So this should be like a half sharp, half flat. So that is the Miku, and then this intro bus here. I'll play this part, and there's also the sign delay. So this is a synthesizer. This is VST. Also this mini Moog is this is Monarch, which is a Native Instruments plugin. It's not a very accurate Moog clone. Like Moog is a mini Moog, very popular synthesizer. It is not a accurate Moog clone, but it's a very warm and distorted one. So you get these really thick basses from it. So I boosted it with our bass there. I'm clipping. I think I use Ozone Imager, so it's a little more stereo. 'Cause right, if I do this, it's not stereo. So you can hear those the high frequencies are a bit more stereo. Now I have a Yamaha, these SY77 synthesizer. It's from the 90s. It has so many like classic like synth sounds that are just like this. Very, very late 80s inspired. And this is 90s, early 90s, so technically you'd also hear the stuff in early 90s, but like the Roland D50 is another type of synthesizer that matters. But the difference was the SY77 has FM synthesis, so a lot of these sounds have some FM mixed into them. FM mixed with a wavetable synth, which is very get this very special sound, I feel like. This is the organ. So you got that, and then there's a E piano. And I notice how I panned the different synthesizers. And then there's this metamonics that adds a little. And there's also a piano. And it's just playing the chords. I made it a bit quieter, but it's just so all of that, and then add the sign. So the This is another I've had some projects where they're called Insanity, where I would just make ridiculous so that was another VCB rack patch that I made. I don't have the VCB open anymore, but maybe let's see if it's there. It might be, what was it? I had one called FM Rand patch. If you listen to that's crazy. What I did is, so I took the patch I talked about before, with the 354 fire kicks, or that's what the project name is, but I took the same project that I used for the earlier version, and I added some things. And the clear thing that makes the biggest point here is this T-Zop. This is I guess it's a recreation of the some of the operators, like that Yamaha, and it was Yamaha maybe the TX synth. It's an FM operator, but so I put 4 FM operators, so it's kind of like a hybrid FM synth with this oscillator. And I'm taking the kicks, and yeah, where are the kicks going? So I see there's a delay. One of them's going to the delay. Is that the only place it goes? Oh no, it goes to this VCA mix. Then the mix output is there, but where's the? Oh, okay. So this FM sound is like in parallel, I guess. Like it's coming out of we're getting the sequencer inputs, and we're putting them into this mess of FM. And there's some RNG with the clock, I guess. And that RNG controls the FM, controls the pitch of some of these operators. So there's a lot going on. But yeah, I'll turn it back up again.
Patch is super awesome, first of all. I'm gonna have to like go back to the stream and steal the audio back, or just like record another take of that. So I mean, you can hear that's FM is really interesting. Those FM operators, you're getting some crazy sounds out of that. Just messing with it, I was able to, you know, get those really special textures, I guess. And this is like not new technology or anything. Like, this is something you could have done synthesizers since the 80s or something. I'm not I'm not doing anything special there. Like, it's probably harder to do in modern synthesizers. I mean, I think, well, you could probably do like Serum or Phase Plant could do those. You could recreate that setup, but yeah. I have this funk bus. So the funk bus is, I'm pretty sure, so I have the cowbell, and then I have this, the poly 6, chord poly 6. Because the cowbell alone was like kind of like, I don't know, it might be muted, it's probably muted. And then so yeah. And I layered the drums. I layered some 80s like synth pop drums, the original drums I came up with. Originally the drums didn't have enough punch, so that was one of the things I needed to fix. I was also worried about the 808. I still think it's kind of this is sampled, that sound is sampled from a vaporwave song that I worked on that I never released. I took a slight part of it. I'll play a little bit of what it sounded like. Actually, maybe I did release this. No, I have it unlisted on one of my SoundClouds, I think, so. Or private, I guess you can't unlist, but let's play the, let me see if I can. So that weird like
slow down effect thingy. I kind of took one of those samples and put it in here. So that's one thing that's interesting. This rap part. Besides the fact, as you can see, this is Miku V4X. I did use some of Miku V2 in here. I won't be doing that in the future because technically you can't use a secondhand Miku V2 without breaking terms of service. So in the future I will avoid it. I didn't use it for the main vocal, it was actually for the rap section at the end. It was heavily the bass. Let me see if I can find a bass. So for one of my music classes, we had an assignment where we had to make our own sound font, essentially, or sampled instrument. So I took a bunch of upright bass sounds and I made like a little sound font for them so I could sample. So I had that that bass loop, and that was, I did so many things, interesting sound design choices that I wish I had a preset so I could just like pop this in and still do creative stuff like that, because I have to go sit down and make a bunch of presets for all the stuff now, or just recreate them all. So but yeah, I really want to eventually sit down and fix it up, I guess. Okay, come on. Yeah, but let's see. So that, and I tried to layer it with another bass. You can see there's a little bass too. What was the solution? Because the bass had a very off. It was the low end wasn't good. So it looks like what I did is first I boosted the mids and the treble, and then I used multi-band compression, so I can see, and I used 2 different layers of it. So that I probably was smushing, like if I were doing anything on Maximus, I guess I'd be smushing the, oh well, I can see it here, yeah. I only affected the lows, it looks like. Oh, well, this is the main one right here. Yeah, okay. That's just so the problem I was having specifically was that some of the bass samples are louder than the others at times. So I needed to specifically tame the low end so it would feel more even, and Maximus, just using, even like OTT would have done it if I had known, because I didn't understand how to use OTT. So I have this I had this break since the beginning of that section, but I had to add more and more stuff to make it. That little tom fill used to not be there. I had to introduce that little tom fill later because I realized I was like, I need something. Computer's still actively dying. Let me close all plugin windows. Sub, we use that organ again. But also is from. I would have thought it was from Synth 1, if Synth 1 has a patch like that, but this is an awesome patch, so I might need to find it, whatever you can. So these are actually, also, by the way, Panagement, super awesome plugin, puts in 3D space, kind of. You can kind of just choose a direction to hear a sound. So I put them slightly to the left and to the right. And it'll, if you make the distance further, it'll naturally it'll like attenuate the sound, like higher frequencies, because you wouldn't be able to hear those far away. So it kind of emulates like a room space and distance from the microphone. And echo, you can add reverb and everything. So it's free, highly recommend. But the FM is actually from a Sega Genesis plugin. I'm pretty sure I used Genny. I used to do a lot of that, like fake FM stuff. So also, yeah, my computer's still dying, so you can tell when I was working on this mix, it wasn't, I couldn't hear anything at full speed anymore. I was just crackling. Maybe it's a sign I should upgrade my PC finally, but you know, I don't know. Maybe one day. There's some heavy breathing mixed in there, like very quietly. Let me see if I heavy female heavy breathing in pain. Yeah. I added ambient orbit so it would like circle around your ears, kind of. But it's very subtle. Because that way I didn't. You can hear, oh, notice there's a little sample that was also used in Death Grips. It's in a punk song. This. The song is called Lick It by the Dwarves. And then, you know, all the gunshots, there's like a little trap. This entire thing was from another project I did like in 2018 or something like that. I made like a little trap remix. I did not know what to do after like the beginning of it. And it was called deepstuff.flp. It's from 2018. November 2018. So it finally got put to use in this project. And that's where like all of the... That was probably the coolest beat I had made to that point. So it was being able to put it into a song finally. So, like, yeah, those drums in the song, it felt really good. Yeah. This is where all the weird stuff happens. So let me make sure I don't save any of this. Oh boy. Okay. So there's Mocha. There's me. Apparently. Oh, I recreated the instrumental a little bit so that you could. I recreated the sample I used, Um, so you could hear it a bit better when the audio cuts. So I interpolated the sample, which is Shogun by Lampai. I made a new verse based on one of the verses in the song. So like if I I turned off the me. Do I want to hear me do it? So that was me saying the line. I just used mocha instead of me, I realized. So, see what's going on. Look at how much crap I have on here. I kept experimenting so much to get to the sound what I wanted those. The important things is this has a lot of stuff. There's some compression, there's some clipping, or well, yeah, like half wet, like just some wet clipping, delay, yeah, panagement, just a reverb, we're just using the reverb, then there's mocha, I guess. So there's a death metal vox and a dry vocal vox. If you go to the only thing is Grail on, which is this pitch tracker, and well, really it's a pitch shifter, or I'm using it as a pitch shifter. If I turn it off, so I pretty sure I just changed the gender knob setting to low enough that it was still reasonable, and then I pitched it even lower using Grail on. So, phaser delay. You can feel it moving within the stereo space. And then death metal box version. So this is a good advice if you're looking for trying to make a screamo sound, let's say, for example, or like metal screams in Vocaloids or Synth. vocalsynth can get you at least part of the way there. It has a death metal preset, and I probably made some changes to it. So it sounds pretty freaking good. Or like, if we take the peak eater, you want to clip that sound as well. The other thing is you need if you mix this with a dry vocal that is like higher pitched, and then clip that a lot, that's the other key you need to get a really good metal scream. Because that's the thing that makes the screams sound like screams is when you're reaching like the limit, reaching the limit of the vocal cord, I guess, but also like the microphone is like, it's so loud that the microphone can't or whatever your audio interface, whatever's recording it can't even measure that loudness anymore, and it just like clips the whole sound. So that's why it's really important to have that clip. So if I did that, and then I So So we can mess around with that, but that is a way to get a metal type scream, I guess. And yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. So yeah, and then the last part of the song, I've messed with it, so you're gonna. So the whole thing is gonna be messed up, but. I used a sample, and I will actually just say screw it. This is the sample I used. It was Hitomi Toyama song. I have the CD. It's called what's it? The CD's name is it has Tuxedo. Sexy Robot is the name of the CD, and is it Be Mine? I think it's Be Mine. Let's hear. Yeah, this. So it's a Hitomi Toyama song. I won't play too much of it, but the idea is it's like a vaporwave type loop thing. And then there's also so I recreated it. I added this extra note because there's like a little piano harmony. I was trying to get the so I'm pretty sure I used Monarch to recreate the bass, and then just probably like a Korg M1 synthesizer for the keys. So it's a very vaporwave inspired thing right there. Yeah. This song took so long, and it's clear to see why. I'm not a fast producer by any means, and I tried so many new things and had to retry many things over and over again to get to a point where I was like, this is presentable and not amateurish anymore. So I don't know, I hope someone, I heard people like Machine, so I'm glad that it wasn't just me. Like, I don't know, I mean, this me being indulgent with all these like random things that I threw into the song, but I'm glad there are people who enjoy it. And yeah, yeah, I appreciate all of the support that I've had so far with my original music. So what I want to do, maybe, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go through another one undone. I could, but that might be better to talk about for when we go, I don't know, I get out of hook theory and I do, or I mean, yeah, because this is supposed to be, I wanted to go through music theory mainly, but Machine isn't a music theory thing at all. So let's see. There is there's a lot of songs that I'm definitely influenced by here. Oh, maybe you know the AM7 thing? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. I'm trying to think of how I got some of those chord progressions. There's an okay. I have yeah, Gravity and It Smile are some of my favorites. I like if I go through them right now, I'd just be talking and nerding about them instead of actually describing. This is a Shino Ringo song. I think I wrote this because I made a cover of this. That's kind of, that feels very much like a canon and D for chord progression. I'll play a little bit. I'm gonna get blocked. Well, no, I'm not gonna play it because I'll get country blocked if I play part of it. Let's see. There's some ideas that I know I'm not gonna use. Or, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna use, so I'll just, like, share that I had a project that looked like this. It got chain. I'm using part of the idea for something else, so that's why I feel like I probably will never touch it, but let's see. So this is the music. That's an early version of it because I know I should have a, yeah, here we go. Because I changed this slightly. And then this is the pre-chorus. I just write backwards, and like I usually do chorus first and then whatever in my brain comes next. So this is inspired heavily by I'm So Sick by A-Pink. I don't know what the heck. Okay, sure. Oh, that was the okay. I had a verse idea. A half of a verse idea, I should say. Yeah. This is the the post-chorus. I am using this in another song that will be out probably soon. This is what the song sounded like, DD-ish rock. DDD being the song Exit, DDD by Exit. Cosmic red stuck in my head, the reason to hold out in the end. 'Cause if I'm prepared, no worries or cares. I'm young but I know now I'm still scared. I've ruined all my life just repeating what she said. I'm losing the fight, no dancing tonight. Oh, maybe never. So that was the song idea I had. It was uh-oh. Up, I reconnected, I think. Let me make sure. But anyways, I hope I can figure out who. Oh. 7. Oh, hi. I haven't seen any of the chats. Oh my gosh, sorry y'all. The chats were not loading at all. Oh my gosh. Hi, May said 3. Yes. Oh my gosh, I feel bad now that I see people were talking in the chat. You was in the chat. Well, I don't know if anyone is still in the chat and caring about anything I'm doing. Cool, thanks. But yeah. Oh, hi. Yay, you're still here. Cool. He says kind of giving 2000. Yeah. Remind me of something like don't speak. Well, yeah, okay. Pretend this doesn't even exist. I didn't actually use that, but yeah, don't speak. Oh man, I love that song so much too. But yeah, it is like I had man, let me see. You know, well, there's the song I sent you the song already. But that was, I remember when it was R&B. Because you're making me think of what's the project called? Hutada Rock, when it was still a Hikaru Utada type thing. Let me see. I'm gonna play the original so I don't spoil the song when it comes out. Let me see. This one. Oh gosh, poor Mai. It cut out. I feel you care all my life. I prepare a name to take your hope. I take your hope and give it back 11 volt. I'm asking, is it wrong to despair when you're gone? Though I tell myself I don't know, pretending like I'll never know, I never know. But every time my heart beats to dust, cause the thought keeps me up. I can't prevent it though, I never wanna let it go, cause every time I feel like I'm saying goodbye, not for now but forever. And then, well, now it doesn't sound like that at all, but the bass line, or the bass synthesizer stayed. And the Korg M1 piano. Yeah. And the bell. I forgot the bell. So this is pretty normal. With a bunch of sevens, but, you know. The end is very, when I wrote this, it was like, the ending, I was thinking of Snake Eater. Like, you'll see, I guess. That's not as much Snake Eater, that weird, like, going into major. But this is supposed to be like Snake Eater. Yeah. Okay. But that's actually one of the more simple songs I've done, but I feel like that the melody, like that those like little melodic rhythm things that elevates the melody. If I didn't have those, I think it'd be a bit more boring. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love that. Oh yeah. That it plays with the steady chords underneath. Yeah. It does. And then like when I added more, like, I mean, you know that I added, like, it was like a pop punk version. Adding more of the, I guess, let's say, yeah, I don't know, adding the bass line that like kind of runs constantly, but like it's still a heavy chord, or it's still like straight chords. Yeah. That didn't change from since I worked on the song. At least I don't think. So yeah. I'm gonna let me open up some other random stuff. Like some of the transcriptions maybe. Because I'm thinking of other songs that I was just like, that I really wanted to study. Oh, I just realized, am I using the wrong Chrome tab? Because would you... Oh no, it's not the wrong one. I don't know if I have this on Hook Theory, but I was trying to do one of the Yoga or Joga by Bjork. Because I really want to get like those I really want to have a song that has like these really nice like chords, or sorry, like strings, like the little violin that let me find it. It's called Song for Idea for Tiggs. Yeah. If Tiggs ever sees this, yeah, I know I didn't send this to you because I don't know what to do for the rest of the song, but sounds like this. I'm gonna just play the MP3. Okay, here. So something like that, and then it would have done like this. I have no idea what to do for the lyrics. I tried, but I couldn't think of any lyrics. And then no melody here for the verse. This doesn't sound like a verse. I don't know what this is. I think I was just messing with chords. And then, okay, well, I don't know. That's funny. But I was trying to do some of, like, try to get the strings for Yoga or Joga. It would be cool to do a cover of this stuff and like finish it up. It's mostly just these cellos that are broken. This is Nashville strings, and then those Bohemian violin strings. I have some of the chords.
This state of emergency, how beautiful.
I really love, like, in the original song, I feel like the swells were like just a bit better, but like so that violin line is so cool. I want to write something like that in a song, but I haven't come up with a song yet that can do that. But I don't know. It's kind of neat. I'm just nerding out. What else is there that's cool? Oh, well, this is there's a song that what song is cool? Okay, actually I'll talk about a song that I'm working on too. That'll probably be done in for Voca Gathering. If there's another Voca Gathering, I'm probably gonna use this song. I got some of the idea for this from this song by Maya Sakamoto. I'm gonna play it because it's just too good of a song. It's just composed by Yoko Kano, called Gravity but it has a really freaking awesome progression because I could just nerd about that progression. I guess nerd about it, but the thing is I don't really understand how it works at all. I just use stuff from it because it's cool. I'll play the original.
Been a long road to follow, been there and gone tomorrow, without saying goodbye to yesterday. All the memories I hold still valid. Oh, half the tears deluded them. Maybe they.
Yeah, I think that's super cool. The that thing, I don't know what that is. I don't understand it, but it's cool, so I use it. But and then well, that's just with the sharp 5. And I mean, hopefully I think I transcribed this right, but and then that B9 or whatever, I've seen this before, this thing before, but I don't know. And this G major sounds so good with it. I don't know. There's just a lot of cool things in that progression. So I was writing a progression that uses that. This is the chorus. Yeah, so it's very happy. Like the Gravity song is in minor, and actually this is in minor too, but I end it in A major, so you could argue this is actually A major. Yeah, I guess it's an A major. I'm gonna say it's an A major because the verses, but the bridge is F sharp minor, which is this is the bridge. So that that DD-ish rock thing. Oh wait, hold on, you're sending more messages. Dude, oh, I just need to stop reading the OBS chat. I'm sorry. It literally, like, all your messages keep disappearing. But you said, okay, let me reread everything you've been saying. Sorry, man. These are, yeah, the string sections are so hard to execute, right? But then they kick, yeah. Silver Sun pickup song with a violin line. You might have to send that to me then. Like, I don't know. I think that I don't know. I love those. Okay, hold on. Let me see live chat. I think that top chat is showing on YouTube and that's breaking things. Anyways, oh my gosh. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, I have Weather Girl on here. I was trying to understand. What was I trying to understand from Weather Girl? Let's see. So, okay, yeah. I have a song I did a while ago, like, that is in the same key and does that, like, whatever, I forget what this is called, but it's like, whatever, like a flat from the dominant. There's a song I did called, I guess this is it, but, I just wrote the chords down, but I didn't put the melody down. Okay. I'll look for it. It is called, well, I'm guessing if I play it here. Okay, that's it. This is like a composition I did in 2019. It uses that. Okay. It's in G minor also. Like, and that's probably partially, like, I like that, I don't know, that, so that kind of thing happens in Weather Girl too, so, yeah, that's also in G minor, yeah. Yeah. And I, like, originally, like, the other composition I had, I definitely was thinking of, like, anime soundtrack, like Attack on Titan and some things like, this is one Attack on Titan song that I was thinking of when I wrote it, but again, but that was 2019, so that was 6 years ago. Ugh. Oh, man. I have this acoustic song I'm going to release, like, the next thing I release is this song. And I'm really, like, I wish I had a rock version of the song, because it was going to be like Radiohead, and still, like, kind of is, but Like it was kind of, I was thinking of Pyramid Song by Radiohead when I came up with it, and it's the weirdest chords that I've ever used that I don't know that I like, but yeah, it's, I don't know, I like it, but I wish I could finish the full instrumentation version. I need some guitar help on it. I think now I actually can. Before I could not ask people. Like I was too scared to ask people for help on this, or help with any of my projects really. Oh wait, oh. I didn't finish writing this. This is what it sounds like. Something like that. Yeah. I don't know what's happening anymore. I just chose a bunch of chords that like were kind of cool, and then I don't know. Feels very like, cause I mean this, I've seen this before, like doing the one, the major, and then minor, the 6. Originally I had it just like playing this on the piano, and then I came up with that's pretty special sound, and then going into this. So I use that. And then I go into B major. It's B minor, but then yeah, this is definitely all major chords here. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'll drop something. Oh, yay! I check my DMs. I'm definitely not. Oh, there we go. Now you got connection now. Is there anything else I can remember? Like, I don't know, things people would want to see from. Oh man, I'm gonna have to do a breakdown of Nakami eventually. But what I will say, because I never actually put that down, but look at this was Bossa Nova. So this is a, let's see. So I really wanted to make a song like, well, what's this? Oh, it's a verse, it's supposed to be. So, this is, I really wanted to do a Bossa Nova song by, or like, what do you call it? A Bossa Nova song. Like Toho Bossa Nova, like Shibayan was doing. So I had written that down in Hook Theory in 2023, I guess. So. Oh, what the heck? This is DD-ish rock, as you may have heard before. I do have a project that shows that, but this is the Bossa Nova is this. And if you notice it, if you've listened to Nakami before, that's the first part of the progression at least. And then delusional is the one. So I converted that progression from the Bossa Nova. I just went to a completely different way, and I was like, okay, I want to make like a J-rock thing, and my reference was delusionalism, which is a massive fermenting dregs. So it's like this. And then the chorus is like. Okay, so I use the same tempo, I think. But this is a very, you can hear this is a very different progression, which is good because then it means I'm not copying. I'm copying the instrumentation style, but I'm not copying the composition. So. A lot. So it's just, oh, this is I was just talking about distance. What's that right there? That's this. You see, it's the same progression, even though we're in D minor, in the song. And G minor is the CLC song. I'm still able to use this progression. And then I pivot into this like B flat 6, which there's a little dissonance up there. You can see it. That pivots us from this D back to back to the D minor instead of G minor. So yeah, that is from CLC Distance. So I finally did get to use that. Finally ended up using that chord progression in a song. And I really wanted to, because it was like, it feels so good. Like it's not a happy progression. It's kind of like there's like a feeling of warmth when you hit this. That F major 7 feels really good, because this is a 2-5-1. So it's a 2-5-1, and then just well. So if we did this in F major, this is 2-5-1-4, and then that's the major. Well, if this was an F major, that would be like the minor 6 or minor 7 chord. And what I mean is it's a major 7th of the 7 Roman numeral, but in F minor. So it's borrowing from F minor. But anyways, all this stuff's happening. This is kind of cool. And then this is the bridge. And this is the cheapest way to get a really cool bridge sound, is just use this. This is also like in the minor. Like I think if I change this to minor, it should be the same, right? No. Oh, never mind. Okay. So I think there's a few. Mixolydian and Dorian. Will give you this chord that's, it's one whole tone down in the bass line, and then it has this very spacey sound. This is out of the key, but yeah, and then going down even further, and then we were kind of in minor for a second. And then use a 2-5. So I did this. I don't know why. I'm gonna save that just so I can. This is the correct thing that I actually put in the song. I did this. And then this is the verse. Okay. This F to B flat is something I took from Sheena Ringo's Show So Strip, the last song, Gambler, I'm a Gambler. I forgot the Japanese name. It's one. It's called not a gambler. It's I'm a liar. Kyogensho. In Kyogensho it does. Yeah, I won't play it, but it's what it just does. I might do 4-1 instead of 1-4, but like those F major and B flat major 7, it just going back and forth between those. Yeah. And then okay. Yes. Okay, so that's a bit of Nakami. I have just been nerding for how many hours now? And I'm shamelessly doing it, so I'm sorry if people look. It's been 2 hours, so it's not that bad. But yeah, I know this may or maybe not be interesting. I don't know, but I feel like I just do this to myself, and I just like look back at all the songs and the different I try to absorb the composition things that I did back, like because I'd go back and I'd transcribe a song that I liked, and I'd write it down, and it's like in this big notebook, and then I can go think about it again. So this one's a really good one. I really wish I could think of a chord progression that sounds like this. The Janet Jackson song, I cannot play that, but I can play I'll play the excerpt. So that's like such a melancholy. I feel like it's supposed to be like a seductive thing. It feels so melancholy to me. This like there's so much tension, and like that's the G og, like, and then minor, and then super a lot of tension into the sharp 5, which is well. And then it goes into the normal 5 the first time. Like that's such so like they came up with the progression that fits this chromatic descending of the bass line right here, and it feels so good. They didn't do it for the A. Like this is just something that I notice. There's some funk songs that do like the one that I like is Parliament's Flashlight by Parliament. It has this bass line. I might have a plug. Do I have? No, I don't. Maybe not. Maybe I do, but maybe I called it something different because it would have been a bass patch like programming exercise. But in Flashlight, the bass line uses all of the same notes, except with the C instead of a flat here, which it could use the A flat and it would still feel right. It doesn't use the A or the B, because it's an F minor. Or A, in this case, A flat major is what I put it as, but this like chromatic right before the tonic here is G flat. That really works for whatever reason. I said tonic, but this isn't the tonic. This is just like if this were an F minor, it would work though. Or if it were in the like this feels like goes into the 2, so it's really in B flat minor. If I just like thought of B flat minor right now, it would be like I don't know, honestly. It's kind of nice though. Whatever it is, I think it's just because it's like teetering between modes. It's not like the between major and minor though, I don't think. Oh no, it is. So it's like this would make sense in minor, and that's why we see it switches to minor for a second. In B flat it would also be that way. So yeah, okay. So it's interesting. It's like swapping between major and minor chords in that way, I guess. Wow. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna overload my brain and also overload this stream if I keep talking about stuff. Is there anything, any song I want to work on? Maybe not, but maybe I'll rejoin the stream later, but I'm gonna hook up my drum set and try to practice some drum stuff. Because I was thinking of new drum fills and other things that I could kind of incorporate. So maybe I'll be back if I can figure out how to stream from my drum kit. But yeah. Thanks for anyone who tuned in. Yeah, I appreciate it. Sorry I didn't see the chat half the time. But if you find this VOD later, if you have any other questions or random things or just want to talk, I don't know, feel free. Thanks for watching.